After completing this lesson, you'll be able to assemble headphone on-ear assemblies to the headband using slider joints set to the y-axis with motion, set the joint limits to correlate with the physical properties of the design, copy the first on-ear assembly and paste it to the canvas in order to create the second on-ear assemblies for the headphone design, and drive the joints manually to confirm the correct application of joint position, physical movement limits, and overall assembly. To do this, open the data panel, then select and open a file called Headphones Assembly. When that file's open in Fusion, locate the file Ear Assembly, right-click on it, and select Insert into Current Design. Then close the data panel. Now I'm just going to move the ear assembly to the left a little bit so that I can see the two parts of each component that I want to join together. So now I zoom into the area and I want to join this part to this part here. To do that, I select both parts holding the Shift key down. Then I select Assemble, Joint. Fusion joins the two parts. But this is a rigid joint and I want a slider joint so it can move up and down. I need to select the Y-axis so that the ear assembly can move up and down in this way. Then I click OK to close the window. Now if I zoom back out, click Zoom to Fit Window. Now at the moment the slider joint is covering way too much distance. It's moving much too high and much too low. If I go to Assemble, Driver Joints, I can demonstrate this by selecting the driver joint and moving it up and down. And as you can see, the movement is unrestricted, so we need to set the parameters and set the distance. To do that, we go to the timeline, go to the last event, right-click and select Edit Joint Limits. And in the dialog window, for minimum, enter -20 and leave maximum and rest as they are at 0. Now if we animate this by clicking the button here, we can see that the joint limits have been restricted to the dimensions that we've just set. And if I go back to Assemble and select Drive Joints, and if I manually move the joint, I can demonstrate this. So I've built slider joints into the design, and I've entered dimensions to restrict the joint movement according to the physical parameters of the design. Now if I click on the home view, I can see the earpiece joined to the headband. So I'm happy that this side is complete, but what I need to do now is make a copy of this ear assembly and place it on the other side. To do this, right-click on Ear Assembly in the browser, select Copy, then right-click anywhere on the canvas and select Paste. Capture the position and then simply rotate the new ear assembly 180 degrees and then move it to the left side of the headband and click OK. Once again, now what I need to do is zoom window into the area so that I've got a better view of the parts that I want to join together. And again, I'm wanting to join the face of the ear component to the face on the headband here. So select them both, hold Shift, then go to Assemble and click Joint. Slider is already selected, so I can just click OK to close the window. And now again, I just need to edit the joint limits and I enter exactly the same measurements as I did previously with the other ear assembly. So for minimum -20, then leave the other two as they are, click OK. And I'll take a right view so I can see this better, then click Zoom to Fit. And now just go to Assemble and select Drive Joints again. And now I can select each one of those joints manually and check that it's moving in the right direction on the right axis and that its movement is restricted in the way that I want and need it to be. And that's the modular headphone design fully assembled with working slider joints.